Good morning, good morning. I am Rodney Glover. I am the candidate for governor of Florida. And I wanted to take a moment today to just give you guys an understanding of some of the things I talk about. In our preamble, we do talk about we the people. We talk about bringing tranquility, but we mostly talk about the general welfare of the United States of America. And I've said this often, the general welfare of the United States of America, it belongs to the citizens. The citizens make up the United States of America. So then you have to start asking yourself, what happens when you fall out of that system? I could easily go somewhere where everybody's doing great, where everybody's doing good, where there are paid for areas where we are supporting the homeless and doing these things. But I happened to be going to the store one day and I ran into this area because I saw some tents just in the woods off the road. So I wanted to come back here and get an opportunity to see exactly what happens if you make a mistake as a citizen in our country today. If we're gonna decide where general welfare stops, one of the things that I would like to do for us is give us an opportunity through legislative authority to give us the ability to vote on this, or to be able to come to the table as citizens and actually say that in our Constitution, we need to address where general welfare stops and where it starts. So as we peruse through here, I want you to all just take a minute to look at what happens when you do make a mistake. What happens when you can't bounce back from that mistake? You're gonna see these things. You're gonna meet individuals that may have stories of why they cannot come back from this. And if indeed we are, as a conglomerate, as a group, as a community, are we the people until something bad happens and then it becomes just you? Or are we gonna be we the people because this is just a civilization and a society in the economy that we work in, live in every day? So I want to really thank Big Talk Media for being able to come out and film this for me. You guys probably will see edits or so forth and so on, but I have no script, no anything. This is me trying to explain out Article 1, Section 5 of our Constitution, Article 1, Section 8 of our Constitution. If we are laying and collecting these taxes, then we the people needs to also be the individuals who fall outside of this. And if not, then we need to make sure that legislation says that if you make a mistake, that we are going to forget about you. Because this is what is an actual for citizens. This is what we're actually seeing, and this is what we're actually dealing with. So here is our actual problem. Thank you very much. So I'm going to, it's Restaurant Depot's right down the road from me right now. And I was coming past Restaurant Depot and I noticed that there was a tent. And I could see it from the street as I'm driving. I was like, well, what's that tent doing back there? I wonder what's happening. So one day I stopped by here and I just recognized that, hey, there was a bus sitting out in front and it was giving away resources. It was giving away things to people, I guess, who were living back here. So when you come in and you look at the ground and you see what's going on, you can see that when you fall outside of our community, when you fall outside of we the people, you have to start figuring out how things are gonna go and look at what we do. We figure it out. You know, if the ground's gonna be wet, we're gonna put down this cardboard. Doesn't really matter where they got it from. How many of these donations did you take to a truck? How many of these water bottles did you give to make sure? And this is where it ends up at. No one's gonna necessarily clean this up. So these are also the things that we run into. You know, our state does not provide for coming into these areas and cleaning these things up and making sure that when you do fall outside of community, when you do fall outside of society, that we can still give you a glimpse of help by at minimum coming back here and taking care of the trash. These would be things that I believe that some of our tax money could be used for. Keep in mind that in Florida, we do have a $15.7 billion currency that we could be using for things like this, for just small cleanup projects, just to make sure, again, that if citizens like myself, like you, we're all one mistake away from being here. One decision, one I didn't do my homework because my parents told me to, one I just don't like myself away. One I just can't figure out what I want to do next. One step away from being here and having to figure out if I need to sift through some of this, what we would consider garbage. There is no one who should be looking at this and saying to yourself, if you are not out here, this is garbage. This is something that I would throw away. This is something that most people would not hold on to. this is garbage. But to somebody else, this is how they're living. This is their actual, this is shelter for their feet. This is shelter for their bodies. These are things that they can put together, weave together, sew together to try to make it in a world that has given up or all of a sudden forgot about them. Because again, you can't find this place on the map. I Googled it. I actually sent a message to Google and I called it a new location, dropped the pin and called it homeless area. You know, because we're trying to bring awareness to places. There may be more places in the state of Florida or even in Orlando that mimic this area that I do not know about. As we get further back here, and we're not gonna peruse over this entire area, but these individuals have fanned themselves out and created camps in different locations. Good morning, we are here with Miss Donna Cook. Again, I am a candidate for governor of Florida, Miss Cook. I'm trying to bring awareness to if we the people have forgotten about the people.
Yes.
Are you an American citizen?
Yes.
You are an American citizen?
Yes.
Are you able to tell the citizens how you ended up here?
In this particular spot,
Homeless.
I lost my job. My car got repoed. And I had 4 kids to take care of, and then ended up with a grandchild, and that ended in me up on the streets. And I had to give one of my family members my granddaughter to raise.
Understand. What about all the programs that citizens say, well, you know what, Miss Cook, she didn't go for the programs to get her back on her feet. She didn't apply for all of the resources to get back on this path that's supposed to make sure that you did not end up where you actually are right now. And I want to be sure, Miss Cook, you're not AI, are you?
No.
I just wanted to be sure because I think people need to know. Because individuals will say that maybe you didn't do enough.
Right.
Maybe you didn't ask the right questions. Maybe you didn't fill out the right piece of paper.
Right.
Maybe you didn't go to these shelters and you didn't sign up for the program to get you back on your feet. Did you do these things?
Yeah, and I was going to go, we were going to go into a shelter, but the problem I have with shelters is this. You're separated from your, I have a grown autistic son. So he would get out an hour earlier than me in the morning in a really bad side of town. That ain't happening, Captain.
Why'd he get out an hour early?
I don't know. Then get out earlier than the females.
Mm-hmm. What do you mean? Wait, just help me out here. You don't, when you say get out early, you mean like they don't open the doors almost like?
They open the doors an hour earlier from the females.
Okay, so you're allowed to leave earlier or they put you out?
They put you out earlier.
They put you out?
Yes.
Okay, I wanted to understand that.
After
Yes.
breakfast, they,
Gotta go.
You gotta go.
Like, go.
Understand.
And I can't have that. A lot of the programs that say it works this way, it don't. It don't work the way it's supposed to work. It works the opposite direction.
What is that? What is that?
Bad homeless are open it for the good homeless, and the good homeless don't get what they need. They don't get the programs that they need. It seems like it's backwards. It's like, okay, I can mess up. I'll say it that way.
You can say it directly.
I can mess up and get all the programs I want. But I'm busting my hump and I'm getting thrown in 15 different directions and don't know what I'm supposed to be doing, and I'm not getting none of the help that I need.
What is a mess up? Be very direct.
Fucked up. In any way, shape, or form.
Are you talking about drugs? Are you talking about
Drugs,
stealing? Are you talking
alcohol,
about going to jail?
Stealing, going to jail, it don't matter what.
And what
it
you're
is.
saying is your experience is that taxpayers, we're paying for programs and they're not giving them to what you consider the good homeless. They're giving the programs to the people who
ones that
do the
don't-
wrong
Kids
things.
don't
But
need
they know they're
it.
gonna keep coming back and they have to use their programs. The ones that are trying to do the right thing and use their programs one time to get out of the situation or move forward, they're the ones that are
So the people who are working hard are getting the hardest time to get in these programs.
Yes.
And the people who are working hard, and I'm gonna gonna take a shot in the dark at this. The people out here who have figured out how to build all this, how to try to figure out these communities, there are different pockets in these areas.
I don't understand why you don't take a building that has been shut down or you know, is for lease or sale or whatever, and make it into another shelter. And let me ask you this. Why is Orlando the only place that can have shelters? What, Seminole County can't get one too? They better than us? Okay, why not the other counties? Why can't any other county chip in? Why can't they contribute? It's coming all down on one county, and it's too much.
What do you say to people? What do you say to citizens, taxpaying citizens, who haven't fallen out of the system yet? They're working, they're still working. I don't care how many jobs they're working. 1 job, 3 jobs, 10 jobs, whatever. They're still somehow managing. What do you say when they say, well, if we get this building for you, if we get this shelter for you, that we have to give it to you forever? Like, what do you say when someone says,
no, I mean, just
what are you going to do to get out of it?
Right, but when you got a place to live, or at least to sleep, you can turn around and actually work going to other programs or trying to get your driver's license back or just an ID, trying to get in for Section 8 housing. A lot of these shelters, you get kicked out so early in the morning, you got enough time to go clean up, get something to eat for in the afternoon, because you got to be standing in line at 11, 12, 1 o'clock.
Yep.
And you're standing there for 5 hours waiting for them to open the doors because they only got 26 beds.
Yep.
So when I was doing that, when I first became homeless, I couldn't get nothing done. I got more done living out in the woods than I did there. But then trying to go to the programs, like she said, you go in circles because you can't get the help you need.
Disability is even worse because I've been trying for the longest, and I'm in a wheelchair and got one hand. I've been stabbed.
You guys aren't the
twice.
first. You guys aren't the first homeless people, though. So you mean tell me? And I gotta be clear on this. I joined Navy at 17. I did 22 years.
Congratulations.
I've never been homeless, so I never knew a homeless schedule. I didn't. You know, I may have visited or did humanitarian work at a homeless shelter before, but they don't sit down with me and break down the schedule and say that, hey, you know, a regular citizen may say, you know what, you got 24 hours in a day. You got 24 hours in a day, but you're trying to make sure that you have shelter to sleep because it may be raining, it may be a problem, and so your choices, just so I'm clear, are to ensure you don't have shelter later, or ensure you do have shelter, and try to figure out if you ensure you do have shelter, you're limiting your hours to get back into this system.
I won't name a shelter.
You can name every shelter.
I will say that there is one that you have to be in, like you were saying, and you have to wait so many hours to get through. But they don't care if you got a full-time job and you trying to get off these streets. Your butt better be at that gate, like everybody else, to get in and try to get a bed. And let's not even talk about what happens to your stuff, your belongings. And don't leave anything laying down, not even your shoes, while you're in the shower. I've heard that's bad as well.
You know, something that I've been asking, and it's just a question I derived from myself after I found this location. I asked myself, where does general welfare stop? It's in our preamble, and it's in our Constitution, Article 1, Section 8. It says that we take taxes. I pay taxes, but no one's ever answered for me where general welfare stops.
Okay,
So
where's this emergency housing at?
and that's why I want to know. I want to know, for you,
'Cause
where do you
everybody
feel like
says
general
it's
welfare
emergency
stopped?
housing.
Where did it stop? Where you felt like, hey, this state, this country is not going to help me rehabilitate or get better. When did you feel like it stopped?
When I got out of prison, I did a 15-year stint, day for day, because I used to own a couple companies, small companies, painting and pressure cleaning.
Before you keep going, I want to ask this question because it's important to me. What are you gonna say to people who say you deserve exactly what you get because you were a criminal? Because you're gonna get that.
Right.
You got right, wrong, good, bad, ugly, and in
Right.
between, and
The economic
depends on how you
housing and everything
feel
went
like it.
downhill 2007, 2009,
Just saying.
and well, 2006, 2007. And I made a mistake. I sold a couple pills trying to be able to take care of my fiance, our unborn child, her kid, our house, the business, all that. I made a mistake, and I got 15-year day for that. When I came out, there was no place for me to go. I ended up in St. Cloud in the Veteran Transition House. I'm a veteran. I was in the Army. Unfortunately, I didn't complete my whole 2-year thing, which is a whole nother story. And I was in their anger management program as well. Well, that they're supposed to have, but they don't. And even on the website, it says that's one of their programs. Well, I got kicked out because of my PTSD and anger issues. So I got in an argument with somebody 2 weeks in a row. So when I got put out, there was nothing for me. I still had no income, no way to do anything because my ID was outdated since 2011. So with that, very little places would take my ID. So even if I made money, I went to cash a check or go get my prescriptions or anything like that, there was times I couldn't even get them. And
You can find there isn't a single place that you know of going through the homeless pipeline that would give you an updated ID for free.
there's one place, iDignity, that usually helps people. But when I went, they don't, I went through the thing and they told me they were going to get my, the biggest problem is getting my birth certificate from New York. So they said, okay, they're going to help me get that, which should have came in like 4 weeks ago. Still ain't heard from them. But they gave me the papers. They said, okay, with your old ID and your social security card, go to DMV and give them this voucher and we'll take care of it. I go there, do the whole process. She sees my ID from a year ago. She sees my old ID, and she says, okay, let's take your new picture. Takes the picture and everything, and then she says, oh, where's the birth certificate? And because I didn't have the birth certificate, she said that they can't give me an ID. But yet, you see the ID I got, my old ID that came after that, my social security card, everything all matches up. And you see that I've had Florida IDs for decades, even the driver's license for decades. But yet, for some reason, that little piece of paper stopped me from getting it. Well, I can't get anything without it. That's the biggest problem while I'm still here. I had to go get a law firm out of Wisconsin to do my Social Security because it was such a pain to get anything done without an ID.
Understand. So essentially, from one extreme to another.
Yep.
You never having been any time whatsoever. Life is just hard on you. You haven't had life be hard on you in dead time. From one extreme to the next, you end up in the same exact place. And
Nationality doesn't matter. It's the homeless population is hitting everybody. You got families in big houses that are living off their credit cards and can't afford to be there anymore, and are having to downsize or even end up like people like us.
well,
I went from living in Satellite Beach and 4-acre estate in Turtle Mountain in West Melbourne to being out here.
so if you had to,
This is all new to me.
if you had to ask the government, the state of Florida, for any singular thing, and I just want to know what you think about it.
Stop
What is
treating
the-
us like we are.
Not here, or in person. There's a lot of businesses, even locally. They
Stop treating us like we don't exist, because we do exist. You have people that have mental health issues that are out here, and they feel more comfortable out here because being around other people like that, it triggers things. you know, you have elderly stuck out here because their family don't want them, and they don't have enough to pay for what do you call those things?
Nursing homes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Everything, it all comes in, it's like a different box. It always comes in a different shape and size. But we are human. We're all human. And it don't matter what color we are, and it don't matter where we come from. None of that matters.
Well, it sounds
And
like
you need to pay attention to Florida because, and especially Orlando.
well, it sounds like we're about to all be interrupted because
Oh,
of the
well, that
altercation
sounded
earlier.
That sounded like
It
the
is.
fire truck.
Yeah.
Because where we are, there's the fire department right by and a couple police departments in different directions. And so you hear them,
No, they're
especially
coming in right here. They're right here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we're gonna definitely get out of their way and allow them to do whatever it is that
I don't know.
they're gonna handle from that altercation that happened earlier.